up, all you Bruni boys? Are you ready for another episode of Am I the Asshole? Okay, alright. Got about three-ish more stories, so let's see what's happening. Alright, am I the asshole for getting the neighbor's kids basically banned from one of the neighbor's backyards for how my girls were getting treated by said neighbor's son? Long story short, about a week ago, my kids, 10 female and 8 female, went to their friend's house to play. It was raining outside, but the kids weren't allowed to go inside to play. Anyway, I went to go get my kids. It's interesting. Uh, they were soaked and covered in mud. My 8-year-old was in tears crying, saying she was cold and wanted to go home. I asked them what happened. They told me that their friend's brother, not sure how old they are, but they're in elementary school, sprayed them with the hose and pushed my 8-year-old in the mud. Instead of making a scene in front of the kids, I took them home and texted my friend's mom what the girls told me. Now my kids have a tendency to exaggerate, but what they tell me when they are in tears, yeah, something clearly happened. Anyway, I also mentioned that the girls told me that they get picked on by her son every time they go over. Then yesterday I got told none of the kids are allowed in the neighbor's backyard to play anymore. So now I feel like an asshole because I didn't want the kids to be banned from the backyard. I was just getting tired of how they were being treated by the neighbor's son. No, honey, no, you're not the asshole. You're just looking out for your kids, and I respect that. I do. I truly do. Uh, the way that the neighbors were acting, though, they could have definitely done the situation a bit better and not been the way that they were being, because, I don't know, it feels to me like they could have done something else. There are plenty of things to do. That's a weird one, but I think, obviously, the other parents definitely the assholes in that situation. Oh boy, here we go. I, female 21, and my boyfriend 26 keep getting into fights because I want to spend time with him. When he comes home, he is straight to his phone and doesn't really say hi to me or tells me he misses me unless I say it first. He's more happy to see the dogs than he is to see me. I try not to let it bother me, but it's hurtful when I haven't seen him all day. All I want to do is sit down with him and talk about our days and have a cup of tea. It seems that his phone is more interesting than me. When he's not on his phone, he's in the bath for hours. And I ask him, why can't you just have a shower? That way we can spend more time together. He always says that he wants to chill out in the bath, which I wouldn't mind if he wasn't in there for as long as he is every day. It's every day. When I bring up the fact that, and he says he's going to have showers more, he asks me when he said this, and it's frustrating. Did he say that though? Because it's not sounding like he said that. I don't want to keep asking him to spend more time with me or put his phone down, because whenever I do, he acts like a child and rolls his eyes. I'm just upset I'm not getting the same energy back from him, and I the asshole. He is the asshole, definitely, but this definitely sounds like me, but with video games, slightly. Um, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, spending all his goddamn time in the bath. That's weird to me. I don't know why we would be doing that, but hey, whatever. But, if you are dating a gamer, you kind of gotta know, like, yeah, they play video games. If you expect them to consistently be listening to every word you say and be hanging on every word you utter, that is unrealistic to the highest degree, because I will support that. I love my girlfriend, I very, very much do, but she knows sometimes we're playing video games, let me do my thing, of course, and I know this is saying, it's an everyday thing, and she never spends time with him. I get that. He is definitely still the asshole. I will not change my stance on this in any way. But it's something, it is something. Why are you with someone who doesn't want to spend time with you? And here's the thing. Now, I will say, drop this dude, move on. I understand that, but it's not just about that. Like, sometimes if you, like me, for instance, are a gamer, but your girlfriend's not, all I want to do personally is just get her into it with me so she can spend as much time as me and get as invested as I am, because I am insanely invested when it comes to video games or anime or media of that degree, you know what I mean? But I do understand that he is the asshole, and I feel like I'm just defending it for no reason to some degree. It's you know, ugh, yeah, that's a rough one. Thankfully, I'm not actually that childish, so I'll give it that much. You're not the asshole. Sounds like he's checked out of the relationship. Uh, I wouldn't say you're the asshole. I never would. But it's important to let your boyfriend have his him time. I will always stand by that to the highest degree that I can. All right. Okay, I think this has to be the last one. How do I tell my mom I do not want her dating advice? Little backstory. My mom, 45, has been married to my dad, 50, for 21 years. Their relationship has been less than perfect. I have a half sister to prove it. My mom and I have not had the best relationship. We have had several fights. One severe, one almost every year since I could remember. I ended up with commitment issues because of my mother and I's relationship. From watching her and my father's marriage, I went low contact with her a little while ago, and she keeps reaching out to see if she still has access to me. Recently, I, 23-year-old female, started dating someone that I have known for a while. My mom seems to think I want a relationship advice from her. She sends her messages over Snapchat, but the messages she sends me are not positive. They're basically saying my boyfriend is a red flag and that I should quit. I've never talked to my mom about my relationship with my boyfriend because the last thing I need from her is advice when she can't even have successfully be happy in her own relationship. How do I get her to stop? I, this is where I'm gonna start. Is that if your mother or someone, a family member of yours, has a problem with someone who you like, who you want to be with, you ignore that. You don't let that bother you, because what you want is supposed to triumph over anything else what anyone else wants, because this isn't their life, it's your life from your perspective. So you're allowed to kind of, to some extent, do whatever you want. Don't be afraid to follow whatever dream that is, or be with whoever you want just because your mother says, "Oh, I don't like them." Your brother says, "Oh, they're scum." And in some regards, family can help you see the light. Whether you're with someone and you think they're perfect, but in truth they're not. It's always it's a hard rope to stand on the line of, because it is difficult. But your mom is definitely being a little bit too fucking much in your business. There's a reason that you distance yourself from her very clearly. Like, I love my family, my mother, I love her too. But, I do like my distance away from them. I do this in a couple of different ways. Just ignore her. Like, seriously, just ignore your mother. Like, what she says doesn't matter. And just straight out tell you to look at your Snapchat if that's what it takes. If that's what it takes. But either way, I think I'm gonna have to call it here. And maybe I'll see everybody else next time on Am I the Asshole?